Do you ever walk out of a meeting and think, why didn't they take me seriously in there? You did the prep, you knew your stuff, and somehow the room treated you like the junior person. The most annoying part is they decided that about you in the first 10 seconds before you even said anything that mattered. 10 seconds of microbehavior you didn't even know you were sending. So I'm going to give you 7 signals that make people respect you on site. Run them in your next meeting and you'll feel the room treat you like the leader you are meant to be. Because if those microbehaviors say uncertain, you spent the whole meeting defending your status. If they say certain, people follow you. Now here's what most videos on this topic get wrong. They hand you a list of tactics, power poses, scripts, tricks to memorize, and you run them, and you still read as someone doing an impression of a confident person. Because a tactic with no embodiment is just a costume, and people smell the costume in about 2 seconds. A decade advising boardrooms taught me the opposite. The people who command instant respect aren't running more tricks. Respect isn't something you reach out and take. It's what's left when you stop bleeding nervousness. Here's an analogy that a CEO once told me. A wound draws sharks from a mile off. They smell one drop. Stop bleeding and the water grows still. The best leaders stop leaking the thing that kills respect. Low status micro behaviors. Every signal I'm going to give you today is you closing a cut when nervousness could leak. So I'll walk you through all 7 micro behaviors, and I'm certain you'll catch yourself doing the weak version of a couple of them in high pressure situations. At least I was. All right, micro behavior number 1. Watch your speed. The moment you feel watched, your instinct is to speed up. Walk faster, talk faster, fill the silence. Speed reads as nervous every time. The power move is the respected move slower. They let a beat sit before they answer. The unspoken message is, I'm not afraid of this room. Watch any old Western. The fastest, twitchiest guy in the saloon is the one who's terrified. The man everyone watches is the one who hasn't touched his drink, leaning back, in no hurry at all, because speed is fear wearing a costume. Slow is the lowest effort status signal there is, and almost nobody uses it. Next time you walk into a room that matters, slow your first 10 steps and your first sentence on purpose. You will feel the eyes settle on you instead of past you. Number 2, watch your voice. You've slowed down, then you open your mouth and your voice drifts up at the end like a question. I think we should move forward. That upward lift asks for permission. Say this instead. Same words, voice drops on the last word. We should move forward. A statement that lands flat at the end sounds decided. One that lifts sounds like it's hoping you agree. The little upward lift is you raising your hand, quietly asking the room for permission. Drop the last word and you take the hand down. Every newsreader alive knows this. Almost no one in your meetings does. Next time you make a recommendation, pick the last word and let your voice fall on it. Like a stone, not a balloon. You can practice by saying it out loud before the meeting. So once you're in the room, people hear decided, not hoping. Here's micro behavior number 3. Watch your hands. Your voice can land and your hands still give you away. Touching your face, your collar, a pen, the body leaking nervous energy. This is what you should do. Deliberate stillness. Hands resting, settled. Stillness is what predators do, and prey can't. Next time you sit down at the table, rest both hands flat and don't move. Don't move them until you speak. No pen clicking, no face touching. You'll be the calmest person in the room, and calm reads as command. Okay, 4. Watch how you respond. This one I want to push you on. You answer questions too fast. You think speed shows competence. It shows eagerness. Watch what a 2-second pause before answering does. It says, your question deserved thought, and I'm comfortable making you wait for it. I watched a CEO do this in a board meeting once. Someone fired a hostile question at her. She didn't flinch. She didn't rush. She picked up her water, took a sip, set it down, and then she answered. Maybe 4 seconds of silence. The whole room leaned towards her. The question that was meant to corner her made her look like the only adult at the table. The strategic pause signals you're so centered, nothing can threaten you. Next time someone throws you a hard question, take one slow breath before your first word. 1. The silence you're scared of is the exact thing that makes you look unshakable. Number 5, watch what you say. Everyone in the room is thinking the uncomfortable thing. Nobody says it. But the person who calmly names it instantly becomes the most trusted voice present. Here's my favorite example. We're all dancing around the budget, so let me say it. Every unspoken thing in a room is pressure building behind a sealed door. Everyone feels it. Everyone's bracing. Nobody reaches for the handle. The person who names it is the one who opens the valve, and the whole room exhales toward them. Naming the unsaid thing is the fastest trust signal in any high-stakes room, because trust comes from the person willing to be honest when it's costly. Next time you feel that thick silence around the obvious problem, be courageous and say, let me name the thing we're all avoiding. The room will trust you faster than any credential could. This pays off. 6, know when to shut up. Once you've made a bold, confident statement, the instinct is to keep going. Don't. You over-explain, and every extra sentence after your point lowers your status because it signals you're not sure the first sentence was enough. Remember this. The respected make their point and stop. The silence after a clean sentence isn't awkward. It's weight. Every extra sentence you tack on is a step backward, like you're slowly retreating from your own point. The more you justify, the guiltier you look. People lean toward the person who says less. Next time you present your point, say it, stop talking, and let the silence sit, even when it itches. Last one, 7. You hand out credit. The fastest way to be respected is to be the one who hands respect out on purpose to the right person, never out of need. Here's an example of deliberate praise. That's the sharpest point made today. Let's analyze it together. Said by someone calm and selective, that's not flattery. It's a status spike. Think about who hands out the awards. It's never the nominees. It's always the person already big enough to judge. Chasing praise makes you the nominee, hoping. People with status give deliberate praise because giving it shows that you have it. Okay, let's summarize the 7 microbehaviors to get instant respect. Slow down. Drop the voice on your last word. Still hands. Pause before you answer. Name the unsaid. Less words. And deliberate praise. Notice something? None of them are tricks you run on people. They're all the same microbehavior, wearing 7 costumes, removing the fear you'd otherwise leak into the room. That's why the tactics and scripts never get you there. You can't memorize your way out of leaking. Start embodying these microbehaviors on purpose. In your next meeting, you will feel the room respect you. Now that you're warm, if you want to learn how to hold that respect when someone tries to take it away from you in front of others, that's the next video. Hit subscribe so it finds you.